Hello everyone, this is TheGiftofRa. Back with another Real Total Rodeo. So let's get started on the siege. You can see we have a very obvious advantage, so we're just gonna let that go and go ahead and attack. I did not go into this battle expecting to lose at all. I figured this was gonna be a very easy battle. Didn't really have any concerns of losing. So, what I'm gonna do first is I see that, we can, as usual, you can deploy on this side, like three different sides of the town. So, I think, hey, what if I try and throw off the AI and deploy on the side? However, that doesn't quite work out so well, because I knew that players can see where you deploy, and I learned that it's no different for the AI. The AI knew I was deploying over here, and they met their deployment to match mine. However, I'm just gonna put my infantry up here. However, I'm gonna split it up because they're having to be a bit packed in there due to the limited deployment space there. So I'm just gonna kind of move up my troops, see if I can. Doesn't really work, but I figure my Nubians are gonna be a lot more important in this battle. You see how a unit like, say, that one would be a lot weaker than one like that, just because of the numbers. Numbers are gonna play a lot bigger role in this battle. This Nile Spearman may be better, but when I have so much more Nubians than Nile Spearmen, I know the Nubians are gonna be more important. The Nubians are already stronger than it is. So I'm gonna use my strongest Nile Spearmen to lead the initial assault, I believe. But other than that, it's just my Nubians that are doing all the work. They're holding the lines, they're attacking the enemy phalanx, they're doing all of that themselves. Now, my army, I don't want to push with infantry this time. I figure I might stray a bit away from that, so what I decided to do is I decided to almost kind of do a bit of skirmishing, which
now comes the test of their courage.
I love skirmishing armies. They're probably my favorite kind. I think skirmishing is really fun, so if I have a lot of missile troops, I'll do a bit of fancy skirmishing. So I stopped there, put my bowmen in loose formation. Can't say much about this, but we're just kind of bashing down the gate. After this, I'm gonna use my usual tactic of spraying the enemy troops with missiles. Yeah, they're getting pelted a bit there, but it's depleted archers, so I really don't care. Feel free to waste your arrows on them. You'll see I later use those archers to attack anyways, so they don't do a bad job. They do a good job of scaring away the enemy. However, it's the AI, so they don't really know any different. They'll just run away from whatever, so I'm able to drive off pretty much all of their troops with like 6 archers. So you'll kind of see that go down here. I'm trying to fast forward a bit. I don't want it to take too long. So there will be fast forwarding this battle, quite a bit of it. Only at tedious parts, like when units are having to walk along the way. Like here, kind of. I'm not gonna be doing that too much. So I'm gonna target their militia cav first. And even if a missile misses, I'm still hitting those peasants. That's what I want. So you see, I'm definitely hitting the peasants. No armor, all nice, packed up, very nice. Killed quite a few of them there. It's all just going well in general. So just one by one. you know, we're just nice. We want to get some shots right there. Nice, packed up, out of phalanx, completely have their backs turned. So we're killing them slowly but surely. You know, just I have that one tiny archer unit. They're not going to be of any help actually fighting, so may as well just use their missiles while I have them to take a couple of the enemy down. Make it easier for the rest of my guys. That's pretty much all they can contribute at this point. I would have skirmished longer, but I didn't want to take the video. I didn't want the video to take too long, so I didn't really. I used my non-depleted archers by ones at 149, I think that says. I end up using those at the very end, but not right now. That's kind of at the end of the battle. I use my slingers later on. I use the skirmishers. I do use a lot of my skirmish units, so we're just gonna kind of watch me skirmish here. Sorry if it takes too long. I'm just gonna use up all my missiles. As you see right now, they don't want to move anywhere near my archers. They're just kind of scared to go to them. I'd really like to get some shots on that general's bodyguard. I'd love to just get some nice shots on them, cause that's a unit I'm worried about. You can see they've got a couple upgrades there, like 1 or 2. So I'm worried about them, but just hopefully I can get an arrow or 2 in those guys. But I don't think I'm ever really able to. Not until I never really hit any of them with missiles until the very end of the battle, where I rely heavily on skirmishing. So you can see I really did go for a skirmishing approach here. I use skirmishing tactics to take the walls, and in the second half of the battle I use them to take the town square, which the walls and the town square are the 2 vital points of any siege battle. So I like to use skirmish tactics, mostly, you know, town square and the walls. They're both built so that they're very hard to take with brute force. Your units, they're choked in, they can't do anything, they have severe disadvantages. Town square, you have to kill every last one of them unless they come out and fight you. So I mean, both of those places are really built so that you can't take it with brute force without having tons of losses. So nice thing. I noticed my bowman's getting some experience. Very nice. That's how you get experience. You kill a lot of guys with one unit. If one unit gets a lot of kills or does really well, then that's how it gains experience. So just a little tidbit there. Very good. Units with less people get more experience for their kills, because I think it depends on like how many troops you have. Like a big unit takes more kills to get experience, so I think it has to do with like average kills per person in the unit, maybe. So I think that's how you get experience. Also, you can lose experience if your unit does really badly and it loses a lot of guys, then you'll lose experience. Fortunately, I've had problems with that before, where general units who have lots of experience, I misuse them, and within about 15 seconds they go from like 2 silver bars to like maybe 1 bronze chevron. So you gotta be careful about that. Use your experienced units wisely. So I'm wasting my missiles here. That's pretty much all that's going on. So we're just gonna kind of wait until they get into our range of fire and then shoot again. So if I remember, we do end up using these guys down to the last man. Or do I move up my infantry? Do we use our spearmen? Looks like, yeah, we're bringing them up. Alright, so that means that, looks like we're gonna advance our spearmen now. Oh, we're still gonna have those archers shooting, but, you know, let's get our infantry ready, because we are assaulting soon. As you can see, missile support. I always think missile support is important in siege battles. This, we've got a couple dead archers there. Most likely from the militia cav. Not hitting any of them, unfortunately, but now we're, looks like we're shooting those guys now. Hopefully we can get one or two. Looks like the archers are having to readjust now. Come on. They're right there. Get them. Alright, see now they're shooting
Their
again.
men have taken the walls.
You don't get too many here.
Is clear.
Not as many as I'd like, because I mean it's at point blank. I'd expect for more, but whatever. Not a huge deal. You know, we're hitting them. You can hear them being hit, but not too many kills. I feel like if we had brought our archers in and shot at their backs, we would have gotten more kills. But you know, they're militia calves right there. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to bring my archers in there alone. Because unless I get lucky and manage to get away, then they're not lasting for a very long time. So here I'm going to advance my infantry. So you're going to see, I don't think this assault actually works out very well, if I remember. It actually works out pretty poorly. They end up routing, if I remember correctly, so, I guess I'm not very good at assaulting walls. It's always hard. We've got a little. We're gonna form a three kind of wall here. We're gonna form a 3-man wall, protecting all the points. We're gonna make a double-layered phalanx there, because I see there are no immediate threats from that side, so we're gonna just defend our most valuable points. We're gonna run them, because we really want them to get in phalanx quickly. So we're gonna rush them in here, and you know, really doesn't work out. They end up routing, and I don't really get any of their guys. You know, I think I do rout their guys, but I'm gonna get phalanx here. Just gonna, yeah, you've got a general's bodyguard there. See, I do really well here. I should have stayed in defensive mode. Should have stayed like this, I think. But if I remember, I go and attack. So it all goes well until that phalanx starts breaking. The general's unit does break them. Unfortunately, I'm surprised they did. See, now they're breaking up my phalanx. Not good. Yeah, they've pretty much broken my phalanx now. So I see, oh, they're in trouble. This isn't good. And now that that's happening, I'm trying to do whatever I can to salvage my infantry, but to no avail. Remember, you know, nothing really works. Killing off those hoplites, which was really good. That was lucky for me. That is a unit I don't have to deal with later now. Fortunately, you know, yeah, that I can't say too much about this. That was disappointing. Do I get them? I forget. Can't quite remember if I get these guys now or not. I forget. Is it yeah, I do get them here. So not entirely failed, but and oh, that killed me. It's just this general left, no one else. So that was really That was terrible. I couldn't stand that. You know, my Nubian spearmen, they're routing. It's a bit unfortunate. I was sad that that happened. I didn't really want my assault to fail, but what are you gonna do? I guess it's either you're bound to lose a unit or two, or maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I should have gone in with more missile support. I didn't really have any missile support for that, so you know, I guess I can't really say too much about that. It wasn't a total failure. I got their general, and I got one phalanx unit, and you know, considering how many more men I have, that pretty much means they're just about doomed. If I remember, they have one militia hoplite left and that unit of militia cav. So you're gonna see that this pretty much spells doom for them for the rest of the battle. I don't think they're gonna be able to do anything really. Yeah, they've got peasants and militia hoplites, nothing else. Forget what happened to that militia cav. I'm not sure, but yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do my standard tactic, siege tactic of pushing down the lane with missile support. That's just what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna try to reform my guys because I notice they're kind of squashed up there, but I'm not able to really move them, so I just kind of keep them as they are.
March! Spearmen!
Just pushing up a bit because I doubt the enemy is gonna directly assault me, and if they do, they don't stand a chance against the double-layered phalanx. So looks like I'm gonna kind of move them over there, those Nubians. And here I bring up my bowmen. These guys are gonna be just about vital for the rest of the battle. Not really though, because I do bring up my slingers and I'm gonna use them first. I use my slingers, and then once my slingers become useless, then I pull out my skirmishers, and then I'm gonna pull out my bowmen for one last skirmishing session. And I guess you're gonna see what happens, but you know, I'm pretty sure you know what's gonna happen at this point. They're pretty much outclassed in every single type. They're outclassed in cav. They're outclassed by missile. They have no missiles, so I have a complete skirmishing advantage over them. I can pretty much just take pop shots, however many I want, at all their units, and they can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna be bringing up my slingers here. It's gonna be like this for a little bit. I'm just gonna be bringing out my skirmishing units and taking shots at their guys for a little bit. That's kind of what I'm just gonna be doing. So, you know, that building I noticed kind of looks Egyptian. You've got the kind of color scheme. It's a bit Hellenized, but I mean, it's got columns and stuff. Egyptians used a lot of columns. So I mean, it kind of looks Egyptian. Hellenistic Egyptian. Not really a huge deal though. Still could be considered Greek or Seleucid. Seleucid pretty much just was Greek. A little bit of differences, but very similar. So I noticed we're getting some. Oh, those peasants are taking deadly casualties, like 15 guys per round. But you know, I see they're not going to be routing, so I do run them back. And the peasants, they're not gonna pursue. They're just gonna keep going. I don't know why they didn't pursue. They would have caught my guys if they kept going. I noticed my bowmen are shooting. I don't want them to do that. You know, with they're kind of just wasting their ammo, if anything.
Forward! Ready!
And we're gonna continue our skirmishing as usual. So we're gonna keep taking some shots at their peasants, doing whatever. Just kind of a few rounds at a time. Then I'll run away. Get one more shot at them. You know, just extreme casualties. So they do catch up. However, they start running, I start running, they start running back because they caught me, and now I'm running away my slingers because I don't want them to get hurt. And you know, I just figure, you know what, we equally number those peasants, and I'm pretty sure slingers are better at melee than peasants, so we're just gonna go ahead and attack them. However, the peasants run because they realize they are pretty much outclassed, and I'm just running away because I don't want my slingers to take any more casualties. They don't really. We move them back up, and we're going to continue the skirmishing some more. I wish we hadn't lost that many. I kind of wish I'd run away a bit sooner, but you know, I figured maybe something similar to what happened before would happen, where they like got really close and then stopped running for my peasants. So I put them on fire at will here, and you're gonna see what happens. They all aim for the general, and they hit him. That was really nice. So we pretty much just killed his general with 70, 80 something stones. Not a good way to go. Probably would have hurt. We're gonna keep skirmishing, kill a few phalanx at the time. However, you know, they have big shields, very good at deflecting rocks, so we get very few of their hoplites. And as you see, soon I'm gonna take a few more shots at their hoplites, but I'm gonna stop eventually and bring up another unit. I might go for another couple shots, but I mean, soon enough I just end up bringing out my I see their backs are turned, and so I take the prime opportunity and I get a nice shot at their guys. There we go. The thing I like about the slingers is that they shoot so quickly. So now they're really mad. Now they're just running at me. You know, normally they walk in phalanx or something. Now they're mad. They just started running at me. Really made them mad there. But they're packed, so another shot will probably get a few of them. I see they're peasants, out in the open, no real protection, so I say let's take another few shots at their peasants. And that's pretty much what I do. If I remember, this is when they start routing here. Forget though. Yeah, they run on my guys. I forget. I might rout them. Or yeah, here's where they rout. So I'm excited. Now I know they're routing. Now I know those peasants are pretty much out of the game. Any missile volley is gonna just send them running, so I don't have to worry about them hurting my guys anymore, really. So just the phalanx now. So now that I realize that their peasants are pretty much useless, and the only unit worthwhile of shooting is their hoplites. It's either now or a couple seconds from now when I bring up my skirmishers to take some shots at their hoplites. Skirmishers are pretty good. They are the heavy-duty skirmishers, like peltists and skirmisher units, like the foot skirmisher ones. that throw the javelins. Those are kind of like the heavy-duty guys. You know, an arrow or stone, that'll do a little bit, but the thing about the big javelins is that they get a lot of guys, so I mean, as you'll see, against top light units like with the big shields, where stones are easily deflected by their shields, things like giant javelins, not so much. We do get a lot more guys with our skirmishers, and as you see, I probably could have got another volley in there, but I eventually, yeah. See, now I realize there's no point to keeping my slingers up here. They're not getting any kills on those guys, so let's bring up our skirmishers and get some kills. See what we're gonna do here. Pretty much we're gonna bring up our skirmishers, skirmish a little bit. It's pretty much what we've just been doing the entire time. I don't want to lose any infantry. The infantry are the most valuable to me. I can always retrain slingers if need be, skirmishers too. Fortunately, I don't have the right buildings to train archers yet, which I'm working on. Because desert archers, they're going to be very important later on. So we're going to bring up our skirmishers. We're going to take some shots at their guys, their hoplites. We got our skirmishers going up. And you're gonna see that each volley kills like 10 hoplites. That's why skirmishers are the best for taking out hoplites. Hoplites are probably hoplites and just heavily armored units in general are pretty tough to skirmish with. So I think hoplites are some of the toughest units to skirmish with, especially really good ones. I don't. What are they doing? So, for some reason they don't run, and just at the last second they start running, right at the perfect time. And I don't want to waste my javelins on those peasants, because I mean, I don't have to worry about those peasants. They're not a threat to my infantry. If need be, I could take my weakest infantry that I have and still get those peasants. So. I don't think it's important that I get the pelts at all. I just want to take out their hoplites, so these are going to be the last few shots if I remember. And just as usual, we're going to get a good number of kills. Gonna get a couple more, and I think soon they get out their last volley. And as soon as they do, I'm just going to run them out of there because they're going to be useless after that. You know, they've run out of their missiles, so that's about it. And you know, it made a nice impression on those hoplites. And here's the last phase of the battle. I bring out my bowmen, and we're gonna watch me skirmish a tiny bit more here. Here I've got my bowmen coming up, and we're gonna take some shots at both their hoplites and their peasants. Here's what I do. I see this as an extremely prime opportunity. I take my bowmen here, and this is really nice. So I now have them outflanked from two sides by one with infantry and one with missiles. And you know, if they run for my bowmen, then I can just go ahead and take the town square. I don't think they're ever going to be able to catch up with those bowmen, so they're pretty much stuck here. If anything, I could probably run my bowmen all the way around the city and back to where my main force is. So you're going to see that they don't stand a chance. They're never going to catch my bowmen. they'll never be able to. So let's we're skirmishing here. I'm thinking, are they gonna run for it? And they don't. They realize they're not gonna be able to catch them, and they stop chasing me with their peasants. To be honest, if they did actually chase me that far, I guess I would have taken the town square with infantry, but I still want to skirmish too, so, you know, there's a good chance I probably would have, you know, maybe brought up another bowman unit, took some more shots at them. So here we go. We're gonna keep shooting them, a few casualties at a time. That's how we're gonna take it from now on. Just a couple at a time. We're getting arrows are much more effective than rocks. Depends, really. I mean, you know, against the lightly armored units, peasants for example, I think slingers would almost be better than archers, because most of the time they're more numerous. Also, they're cheaper. So for taking out lightly armored units, I say don't waste your money and just don't waste your missiles either. Just use slingers, because that's all they're really good for, just taking out lightly armored units. And here I line up perfectly with their back, just to get some really nice kills on these guys. And as soon as I get those shots, boy are they mad. They chase me like crazy. Yeah, I'm scared for my life here. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get away. You know, as soon as I get those shots, they just start running for me. And I really want my archers to run away. I can't have them fighting. So that was a really nice boost to my confidence there. Even though they chased me, their peasants still routed. That shows the peasants rout the second they get off the town square. That shows really how weak they are at this point. So let's say we've got maybe 50 left, 40 or so. So we're gonna keep skirmishing here, and eventually we're just pretty much, there we go, and we're gonna shoot for the hoplites as usual. And very nice, we do get some kills, and I kind of walk away. I'm not too worried. I'm iffy about keep constantly having to run my bowmen like that, so I mean, you know, you can see there, the hoplites are a bit uncoordinated, so if you see like the back part moving away, then that means that the front part's probably gonna follow soon. And so it's around this time that I want to rest my bowmen, if anything. So I'm checking out the battlefield, making sure they don't have any other units hidden somewhere. I wouldn't think they would, but just gotta check for those things. Tons of dead hoplites on the steps of the town square. Peasants too. And the peasants don't stand a chance. They rout instantly, and by the time my archers get done with them, you know, I don't want to chase them. The rest were out of my grasp, so, you know, I pretty much, I wanted to finish off the peasants there. I thought they would rout initially as soon as they stepped off the town square, but I guess they didn't. So I'm gonna take one last, you know, I noticed, see, my unit's gained a chevron now, some experience, and it's gotten so many kills. It's killed like at least 100 guys probably, and see, the other unit that only had 6, it maybe only killed 10 guys before it got, maybe 15 guys before it got 2 chevrons. So that's kind of the whole proportionate thing. And you know, we're taking out these hoplites. They're very weak now, very few guys, and you know, in a little bit here, we're gonna shred them down to the last man, and that'll be it. I don't think it'd be much of a spoiler right now if I told you that I was not gonna lose this battle. We're cleaning up house here. We're taking out these hoplites. This is the conclusion of the battle, pretty much. And right there, they were out. However, you know, I think, hey, maybe if I'm lucky with my archers, maybe I could get another experience chevron if I kill the rest of them. However, 2 volleys, take them all out, and no experience gained, so I didn't really have to do that, but it's always worth trying. Experience is really good. If I remember, 1 experience chevron equals a bonus to... I think it equals an upgrade to both weapons and armor at the same time. I can't confirm that. I think that that's what I've heard. I haven't really heard anything else. I haven't gotten out there and heard anything. So, nice. We've got plenty of Seleucid territories. I'm gonna go over my battle plan a bit here. You know, we've got Sinai over there. We're probably gonna take that wherever the rebel town is. And you see, it's all going well. Our campaign is going well. Everything in general, nothing's gone wrong. So, you know, we got that army. We're gonna expand west to Numidian territory. We're gonna build up an army near Jerusalem. Really nice army, and kind of corral them all in Damascus, and then try and take them all out at once with an extreme army. I know that's gonna be a long siege video. This one isn't too bad. About 40 minutes. Could have been a bit shorter, but you gotta be careful with siege battles. They're not something you can really, you can't rush them if you want to do well. So, initially I think, you know, lots of unrest, or maybe a peasant, but, you know, then I come to the conclusion that, you know, I think getting lots of Numidian spearmen at the same time would be much more valuable than just getting a new unit of them. So that's gonna be about it for the video. I've kind of detailed my battle plans. Maybe we'll probably use that army to expand west into the Anatolian, but for now, this is what we got laid out, and that is the end of the video. So that is it. Hope you have a nice time, and goodbye.